would like the scrutiny to get off Bronny James. Saying like, bro, you're making $50 million, you deserve it, but that little kid that wants to see you play, don't be saying you're taking the night off when you're not really hurt.
Shaq has never been quiet when he thinks the new generation is getting too comfortable. He has called players soft, questioned big contracts, challenged stars on national TV, and reminded everybody that legends built the league before today's players got paid like this. So when Bronny James became the most talked about young player in basketball, Shaq's message suddenly hit different. This was not just about one rookie. It became about respect, pressure, family, and whether today's young players understand what the old legends had to survive. That is what made this situation so interesting. Shaq was not attacking Bronny like he attacks established stars. He actually protected him. He called Bronny his nephew. He said the kid deserved room to grow. But at the same time, Shaq has spent years saying this generation does not respect the grind, the old school rules, or the legends who came before them. So when Bronny's name entered that debate, it was impossible to separate him from the bigger conversation.
Like all big men who have the opportunity to overthrow me. And sometimes I will add fuel to the fire to see what type of people they are. And if I say something and you respond sensitively, that shows me you don't have it.
Shaq's whole point has always been simple. When legends speak, young players should listen. That does not mean every old player is always right, but Shaq believes experience matters. He played through a different NBA with harder fouls, tougher paint battles, and a league where big men had to earn every inch near the rim. So when he sees younger players getting huge money, soft treatment, and still pushing back at criticism, he takes it personally. That is why the Bronny story got so loud. Bronny was not just any late draft pick. He was the 55th pick. But because he is LeBron James' son, every step became a headline. Most 55th picks get to develop quietly. Bronny did not get that luxury. Every missed shot, every summer league struggle, every bench moment, and every G League update turned into national content, and Shaq saw that pressure right away.
Watching film is a very important part of basketball. But yeah, just going back and looking at my mistakes and looking at the things I did right is really good for me. But also just game by game, growing that comfort in playing my game. I feel like that's a big part of why I come out here and get those reps.
That is where Shaq showed the father side of himself. He knows what it feels like when your kids carry your name. His own children had to deal with comparisons, expectations, and people asking why they were not the next Shaq. So when he looked at Bronny, he did not just see a Lakers rookie. He saw a young man trying to breathe under a spotlight that no normal second-round pick ever has to face. But Shaq also made something clear without saying it directly. Protection does not mean free respect. Bronny still has to earn his way. That's the NBA. That's the old school part of Shaq's thinking. You can feel bad for the pressure and still say the work has to happen. You can defend the kid from unfair media attacks and still expect him to grind, listen, improve, and respect the league he just entered.
Great moment, great accomplishment. Would have loved to see him play more. Now this is over. I think he focuses on getting better. He's not going to be in the starting lineup, probably won't be in that second lineup, but if I'm him, I'm working somehow to get some type of rotation so I can get some type of flow.
That father-son moment was historic. LeBron and Bronny became the first father and son to share the floor in a regular season NBA game. For the James family, it was emotional. For the league, it was history. But for critics, it opened another door. Some people celebrated the moment. Others said Bronny was not ready and should be developing away from the main roster. That's where the debate got rough, because every basketball point quickly became personal. Charles Barkley was blunt about it. He said Bronny should be in the G League. Shaq did not go that far in the same harsh way, but he understood the basketball reality. Bronny was not stepping into the Lakers' rotation like a top pick. He was a young guard trying to build confidence, find minutes, and prove he belonged. And that's where Shaq's bigger message comes in. The league will test you. The media will test you. Fans will test you. If you want NBA respect, you have to keep showing up.
He should be in the G League, getting better as a player. He should have been in the G League all year. I think it was a great story for them to go on the court together. But he should be in the G League. Dan, you don't get better sitting on the bench.
That is the part LeBron did not want people to forget. Bronny is not just a storyline. He is his son. And when the media kept talking about him like a gimmick, LeBron started reacting like a father, not just a superstar. Stephen A. Smith said he was pleading with LeBron as a father and argued Bronny was in the NBA because of him. That comment did not just create debate. It led to real tension when LeBron approached Stephen A. courtside during a Lakers game.
That was LeBron James coming up to me, unexpectedly I might add, to confront me about making sure that I mind what I say.
That moment showed how personal this had become. LeBron has heard criticism his whole life, but Bronny is different. You can attack LeBron's finals record, his roster choices, his GOAT case, or his leadership, and he may respond like a basketball player. But when the conversation turns toward his son, the energy changes. That is where the NBA debate stopped feeling like normal sports TV and started feeling like a family line had been crossed. Shaq understands that line too. That is why he can call out the new generation and still defend Bronny. To Shaq, there is a difference between challenging a young player to earn respect and treating him like a punching bag for ratings. He does not mind tough love. He built his whole media personality on it. But he does mind when the criticism feels like it's trying to break a young player before he even gets a real chance.
Taught to play the right way my whole life, so just me going in there and playing my game is always something that I'm gonna do. So yeah, just going in there with that same mindset and keep my head leveled and trying to still play my role.
That Cleveland moment showed the human side of the whole story. Bronny scored his first NBA points in the same city where LeBron became a legend. He stayed calm on the outside, but you could tell the moment meant something. LeBron said he didn't know if he could have handled that kind of pressure at the same age. That's a huge admission. This is a man who was called the chosen one as a teenager, and even he looked at Bronny's spotlight and said, that is a lot. And that is why Shaq's message is bigger than Bronny. Shaq is saying young players need to respect the game, respect the legends, and respect the work. LeBron is saying his son deserves respect as a young man, not just as a target. Both things can be true. Bronny cannot be protected forever, but he also should not be judged like a 10-year veteran just because his last name is James. The real issue is the way the league talks about young players now. One day they're marketed like stars. The next day they're torn down for not being ready. Shaq calls that a rite of passage. LeBron sees it as unnecessary pressure. And Bronny is stuck in the middle, trying to develop while grown men argue over what his career is supposed to mean.
The two young ladies, they are going through what I call ROP. This is called the rites of passage. Everybody has to go through it. They build you up.
That is why this story hits so hard. Shaq was not simply calling out Bronny as a person. He was calling out the disrespect he sees in the modern basketball culture. Too many young players want the fame before the work. Too many fans want to crown someone before they've earned it. Too many media voices turn development into drama. And when the son of LeBron James becomes part of that machine, everything gets louder. Bronny's job now is simple, but not easy. Ignore the noise, respect the game, listen to the people who came before him, keep working, and when the moment comes, prove he belongs on the court, not because of his father, not because of the Lakers brand, not because of the headlines, but because his game says so. Shaq's message may sound harsh, but underneath is an old-school warning. The NBA does not owe anybody respect, not even the son of LeBron James. Respect has to be earned every day, and if Bronny understands that, then maybe the criticism, the pressure, and even Shaq's tough words can become fuel instead of weight.